Hello, this is Samadan. Samadan is on a journey to make gold. Last time we put our first items on the auction house and reached level 19. In this episode we are going to move on to a new area, decide where to go and see what gold we can make along the way. Here we are in Darnassus. First, here's the fun part of gold making, opening the mail. Let's go see if we got anything. I always have trouble finding mailboxes, so I'm going to turn them on in the mini-map. Might as well throw the auction house in there as well. Marvellous, got some sales. We had 2 gold before, and now we have 41 gold waiting for us in the mail. We have a lot of expires too, but that's to be expected. We'll relist those in a minute. I also have a very nice welcome message from a lovely viewer, so thank you for that. Let's look at what sold. Linen cloth, that's a regular drop from humanoids. People will use a lot of cloth to level tailoring. Earthroot and Mage Royal are the slightly less common first herbs, so that's worth remembering. The silver leaf and peace bloom interestingly didn't sell though. None of the newbie gear sold, but that's not really a surprise. Okay, brilliant. 43 gold is a good start. I'm really glad I picked up herbalism as early as possible. Let's go relist the ones that expired. It's all set up from the work we did early on, so relisting is a case of running a post scan, have a quick look at the prices, see if anything looks unusual, and then use the scroll wheel to repost. This is the beauty of TSM and where it really starts to shine, and exactly why I started using it early on. It makes listing auctions so convenient. There's some interesting prices here on Peace Bloom and Silverleaf at the moment. They seem quite high. I wonder if we'll get any sales at that price. Now we have a pretty big choice for where to go and what to do here. The World of Warcraft is huge and there are several zones we can make use of while levelling. We are right over here in the corner of Kalimdor. As an Alliance character there are a lot more opportunities over in the Eastern Kingdoms. That's where the 2 big cities, Stormwind and Ironforge are. There are also lots of potential zones around there in the level range I'm currently at, which is 19. Because I installed all the Gathermate data, I can see the herbs and ore for each of the zones when I click on them. Elwyn Forest looks quite good for Peace Bloom, Silverleaf and Copper ore. It's right outside Stormwind, which is handy. Redridge Mountains has some more interesting herbs and ore here, with Earthroot and Mage Royal. These are the ones that sold, so this is looking like a pretty good candidate. Duskwood has some nice concentrations of ore around the edges. I'm likely to head there after Redridge if I follow the prompts from Azeroth Autopilot once I'm 20. I'm not sure I want to go there yet though. Westfall's quite nice with a lot of quest chains here, but it's a bit of a sprawl so I might miss this one. We could go up to the Dwarven zones. Samadan is pretty nice with a lot of Mage Royal and Earthroot and ore, especially on the eastern side there. Some of these other zones are either too high level or too far away at this stage. I'm thinking of relocating to Stormwind so that I can be at the centre of the Alliance Empire and then move on from there. Right, decision made. Let's get out of here. We need to head down to the docks. Let's get out of this faraway tree. It's a shame there's no moon face with a slippery slip we can use. Ah, here's the dock. I used to love waiting for boats. I'd get my fishing rod out and pass the time patiently fishing, maybe even throw a fortitude buff on those waiting with me. Happy days. Times have changed now though. Looks like we have a portal to take us straight to Stormwind instead. Oh wow. This is where all the people are. Look at all the characters. This is amazing. Welcome to Lightbringer. Now I'm pretty familiar with Stormwind, so I'm going to run down and set my half to the inn by the auction house. This is going to be nice and central. I've got a mailbox, the auction house, bank and guild bank all close by. If I want it quieter, I could head to the Dwarven district, but until I get flying that's just going to be added hassle. Here will be my home for a little while. Okay, let's head outside into the open forest again. It's dark now and the next day for me, so let's pick up where we left off. So, right, Elwyn Forest. We need to get through here on our way to Redridge. We might as well plan our path a little, see if we can pick up some herbs and ore along the way. I'm going to use roots to draw something temporarily here. We can also guide ourselves through the flight points and pick those up along the way. We haven't had a chance to use our mining yet. Darnassus was strangely absent of ore, being a big giant tree and everything. This is going to be a good opportunity to pick up some copper. I also want to keep an eye out for Earthroot, not that there's much of it in this zone. Okay, there's our route. Let's head off. Hang on, it's not appearing on the minimap. Oh yes, you need to save it first. Good job, because I was heading off in the wrong direction anyway. I'm really enjoying using Prowl. It lets me skip past so many mobs along the way. Some I can't avoid, so I end up fighting them, but they will be good experience and maybe a bit of loot. Oh brilliant, level 20. I get a quest to pick up riding, but I don't really need that as a druid. I do get my first PvP talent. I'm not planning on doing PvP or turning war mode on at this stage. For now I'll pick up Relentless. With War Mode I'll be missing out on the bonus XP, so maybe I'll consider it later. Also, Azeroth Autopilot has kicked in now that I'm level 20, and it's suggesting Redridge too, so that's handy. But I can't stop now, I've got herbs to pick and ore to mine. Oh, this looks good. Nice little cluster of resources here, but it's guarded by a bunch of walls. Let's see what I can sneak up on first. Okay, so far so good. Whoops. Okay, 3 walls. You got this, Samadan. 1 down. Heal up. Oh no. Run away, run away. Phew, that was close. I don't mind dying, but it's a right pain sometimes. Let's try that again, this time working our way in. That's more like it. God damn it, Leroy. Stop cheering and get out of here. Brilliant, we're doing well. Time to pick up a flight point. Now normally I'd avoid this area for just 1 herb, but these are humanoids here and they might drop cloth. So let's give it a go. Learning from our little wolf experience, let's take this one at a time. Nice, okay. We are at the end of our route. We can delete that now, we don't really need it. We did get some decent stuff here though. 7 earth root and 30 copper. You can see now Azeroth Autopilot has picked up the trail. We've got the little green dots suggesting where to go and what quests to pick up. I'm going to let this guide me whilst also keeping an eye out for nodes to gather. We need to get ourselves to this flight point over here and then I'll finish the session. There's a few quests we can do before we get there though, so let's run through those. To be honest, I'm really enjoying playing as a druid. The prowl is super useful, getting me to the points I need to. Moonfire is great for pulling mobs at range, and if I really get in a pickle, Shadow Meld will hopefully save me. The general speed at this level in cat form is really nice as well, and the extra boost from time to time helps a lot. That's the whole point really, you've got to make sure you're having fun. Right now this is great. Aha, so we are done with all those quests now, and getting close to the Flight Master. Once I pick this up, I'll head back to Stormwind and maybe hand in that riding quest. It says seek out Jartsum in Darnassus, but I'm pretty sure the Griffin Master in Stormwind will help me. Ah, I forgot to pick up the Stormwind flight point before I left, so I'll fly over to the nearest point and run from there. It's not too far. While I'm flying I can take a look at my gear and put on anything useful. We got some boots at last, so that's nice. And this cloak is a pretty sweet upgrade, so I'll take that. The rest of this stuff has some potential good prices here, so let's see if they sell on the auction house. Okay, let's sprint to the last bit. Hang on a minute, I've got travel form. When did I get that? Oh, it turns out you get that at level 18. I never even noticed. Oh well, I wonder what's the speed difference between that and my cat form. We've got 142% in travel form, 132% in cat form. Then that goes up to 137% when stealth, so it's a marginal increase. Still, it's good to know. You know what, I also just realised I could have just hearthstoned back to the inn as well. Well, lessons learned, knowledge gained and all that. Let's head to the Flight Master and pick up the flight point. We might as well pick up riding whilst we're here now. You never know, it might come in handy. Okay, now on to the next best bit. Let's put our loot on the auction house. I'm going to sell the junk first, just to clear that up. Now we need to go into TSM and expand our groups from last time. We have some extra herbs, so we can add them to the herbs list. Let's make a group for cloth, as we'll be picking up a variety of this over time, and we might want to do something different with it later. I'll add the wool in here because that's new. The linen, however, is already in a group, so we're going to have to move it from one group to another. The easiest way to do this is if you drag the cloth group until it's a child of the Misk Trade Goods group. That way we can see the linen in the parent list. Then from the parent list, we can add it into the cloth group. All we need to do now is put the cloth back in as a child of the base group. Okay, we've got a few bits and pieces here that might be worth selling on the auction house, so I'm going to put those on. We're going to leave the haunch of meat and tough condom meat because they've got a worse sale rate. The veteran leg guards could be interesting. These are green bind on equip rather than the white items from earlier, so it can be transmogged, which means other players might pick it up just for its appearance. The vendor sell price is still quite low, so it won't cost me too much to list. I'm going to make a new group for the ore. We're just going to sell all this stuff at the moment. Gold in the hand is more useful to us at this point until we have a decent amount of capital to invest. Let's make sure we have some operations assigned to them. The cloth, we might as well use the market value at this stage. I can imagine these will fluctuate quite a bit like the others. We're not in a position to buy out these markets yet. The same with the ore. Let's use DB market on that too. Now we've got that nice green BOE to deal with, let's make a new group. Call it Green BOEs, and then we're going to add that in here. These last two items have a low sale rate, so I'm just going to vendor those. We also need to make sure the green BOEs group has a selling operation, so I'll use the region sale one for now. Looking at the tooltip, it has a pretty reasonable range, so I'm happy with that. Okay, those are the groups expanded on. You can see how doing this work early on sets us up for the future. These are ready to sell and relist until we get to the stage where we want to do more with these markets and look at other ways we want to make gold. Right now we need capital, and that means selling our stuff for the best price we can get. Let's post this lot on. Run a post scan. Let's have a quick look at the prices. They look good. That copper ore is a nice price. If we can sell those, that would be fantastic. Peace Bloom and Briarthorn have a decent gold amount. Okay, let's scroll away and post it all up. So now we have 40 gold on us and 4,000 gold in auctions. Pretty nice, I'd say. Let's go sell these last bits to the vendor. That cloak I don't need anymore. And this long bow staff we don't need right now because we have one on the auction house. We could put this in the bank for now. I've also got something in the mail from our interlude earlier, so it looks like we might have sold something. Oh yes, some malachite, spider legs and small eggs. Fantastic, another 20 gold. Last thing here is to store the staff away, and that's our session done. We've got 60 gold in our pocket. We are level 21. Our herbalism and mining skills are coming on along nicely. The higher those skills get, the more resources we'll get from each node. And our /play time is 4 hours and 21 minutes. So next time we'll return to Redridge and continue the quest there, gathering as we go. We'll also check our auctions in the meantime and see what sales we get. Our gold reserves are building slowly, which will give us more options in the future. All in all, I'm pretty happy. It was a fun run, we gained some gold and progressed our character. I hope you're enjoying these videos. Please do subscribe and turn on notifications to keep up to date with the series. I've also got lots of other videos planned, including building on the TSM 4.10 series. You can also find me streaming on Twitch at least 3 times a week. Links to all that are down below. Until next time, happy gold making, and I'll see you very soon.